It's a tremendous privilege to speak with you, Olof, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. You too, man. It's great.
My pleasure. And I have to ask you from the outset, how on earth do you maintain such a brilliant high pitch in your voice and maintain each note so perfectly?
I don't know. I guess like every instrument or everything that you do in life, it's about practice.
Indeed.
You know?
Yeah, that's a great answer too.
the more you push yourself, the more you work on it. You know, if you know what I mean.
Indeed. Do you have any particular technique you use to keep the voice tuned so well?
I don't know. No, not really. I'm completely self-taught singer. So, but I guess, you know, I never took any lessons or shit like this. But I know how I learned from the beginning was just to sing along to records and stuff like this, and just push myself until. Remember when I was like a teenager singing in my room, putting on records of like, I don't know, could it be Manowar or something, and I was like screaming until I fainted, you know, and that was sort of how it. And then you eventually, step by step, develop the technique a little bit better, and after a few years, you could sort of, you know.
Absolutely brilliant. How difficult in those early days was it to get established in Sweden, particularly in Arvika?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we started out in already in 2005, 2006, 2007 when we started, you know, and then already everything was like internet based, so we really didn't have any following on from our hometown or not even from Sweden much. In the beginning, everything was online, and we sort of got followers in, you know, all over the world already back then, you know. We didn't really have any local break. I mean, in the past, before the impact of internet and shit like that, you know, it's like bands had to make it in their own hometown in order to come to the next town, and in order to play more national shows, in order to, you know. But I don't really think it works like that anymore. You know, because you can spread your music all over the planet just in a few minutes.
Absolutely, it's made it such a smaller world. Congratulations on From Beyond. I absolutely love it. Can't get enough of it. It's a fantastic work.
Thank you very much, man.
It's my pleasure. How long has the album been in the works?
We started to collect the material we had, sort of roughly sketching on songs about a year ago.
Right.
You know, you always write music. You know, you always, as soon as you sit down with a guitar or something and you come up with a riff, you record it. You know, so material is constantly flowing. But that was when we started to take the material and materialize them into songs.
Right. Still a long time in the works, absolutely. Death by Fire was a tremendous album as well, but From Beyond is even more superior. Is that how you feel about it also?
I would say so. I have, like Death by Fire, we felt much that we were sort of defining ourselves in some sort of way, get rid of like stuff that we couldn't really stand for, and sort of, you know, Death by Fire, we put so incredibly much effort in songwriting, in everything, you know, what we're gonna do, what directions is it gonna take and stuff like that. Before it was more that we recorded whatever we had, but that time we really took it to another level. And looking back on it, I think we sort of self-defined ourselves with that one. With From Beyond, we just wanted to take things further. Develop like a natural follow-up to Death by Fire, to take it to new levels, make the heavier songs heavier, the faster, you know, and just put lots of more variations into it.
Absolutely. My favourite track of yours was Death Rides This Night. However, the new album has made me rethink that completely. Do you have a favourite track from the current album? I
don't really like to see it like that. I think that, you know, all the songs are babies, and you can't really choose from them.
Yes, well said.
And and also it's like you don't write songs that you think are better than anything else, because that means that there are also songs that are worse than a particular other, and there's no use of putting worse songs into an album.
Indeed,
everything has to be like 10 out of 10, at least in your mind, because music is still created for ourselves. We are the ultimate judges of what's gonna be on the album, and that's sort of how we see it. Either you think it's something you're completely happy with, or you don't. That's just.
Yes, indeed. I understand completely. It's a tremendous work, and can understand how you feel about it. I did a review on the album today, and had to describe you as champions of the timeless classic heavy metal sound that others try to aspire to. Do you think this observation is fairly accurate?
Well, I would say so. That really flatters me to hear.
Oh, good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Look, I really enjoyed Red Mask of Death. It's so reminiscent of that traditional metal sound. What's the track about?
At least from our perspective, the trick is not to aim for like a traditional old school whatever sound.
Yes.
We're not aiming to copy the 80s in any way. Our aim is to do good songs, have a good sound, do a stage show that is over the top, and do good live performances. That's the only thing we have in mind. We don't look back on the 80s or anything like that. But I understand that many people connect writing good songs and stuff like this to the 80s, because most modern crap out there right now is just like unbearable.
Agreed. Hungry They Will Come is a tremendous instrumental, save for the devilish laugh mid-track. What was the inspiration for that track?
Actually, it's really hard to say. I don't know. Actually, that's Tobias' song originally, the bass players. So it's really based on bass guitar riffs, most of them. But that also gives it a very special feel, I would say. When you write riffs on bass guitar, and then you put like leads over it, or you work in a different kind of ways when it's based on bass. Indeed,
and the placement on the album itself was terrific. It sort of clears the palette beautifully before and what comes afterwards. What are the chances of an Australian tour in the near future, Olof?
We have some ideas about it. I'm in touch with some people from down there who's been trying to bring us down for a couple of years now. We just haven't found a good occasion yet. But now with the new album, I'm pretty sure we can make it happen. I would almost guarantee that we're gonna make it down there on this touring cycle with the new album.
Oh, terrific.
That's the plan, at least. Then we'll see. We have no idea what to expect whatsoever. But it's as long as we can come to new places and meet people who appreciate what we do, and that's good enough for us, man.
Indeed. Are you finding there is a good fan base in Australia so far?
It seems like so. I'm in touch with many people from Australia, maybe not daily, but weekly at least. And seems like it's coming off better and better. And also now, the past 2 days, I've been doing interviews and talking to people mainly from Australia and New Zealand.
Yes.
And they all tell me that the scene is like growing and getting more and more healthy every day. So I really can't wait to come down.
Oh, fantastic. We can't wait to see you here as well, I can assure you. You have so many, I say with the greatest of respect, familiar elements to your music blended into your own unique sound. Who have been some of your musical influences over the years?
I would say that, the musical influences or was more important sort of when we created our own sound. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then you got this magic blend called Enforcer, right? And then it was much, American speed metal meets maybe Swedish heavy metal a little bit, or a lot exactly. When by the time we created the band, I was mainly almost only listening to Swedish heavy metal, like older demo bands collecting like 7 inches and shit like this from. But that was a huge impact on us when we created the sound. But then, when you got your own sound, you sort of try to be open to pretty much anything, anything that can make the music more unique, make it stand out more, whatever. I think as a band, the worst thing is that you can do is limiting yourself by putting a label on yourself that we play this kind of music. That most often limits the band more than it actually gives them,
I agree wholeheartedly.
Tells them what they can't do rather than what they can do.
Oh, beautifully put, yes, most certainly. Can I ask you, Olof, what guitar are you favouring at present?
What guitar I'm playing?
Yeah.
I have a couple of guitars here, and I try to play them equally as much. I have 2 Les Pauls. Yes. One black and one Honeyburst.
Oh, nice.
I have one Gibson Flying V. I have one Fender Strat, one Ibanez Destroyer, one Jackson. Yeah, I think that's it.
Wonderful selection. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I must ask you, do Enforcer have any wild rider requests while you're on tour?
Sorry?
Any strange backstage requests while you're on tour with Enforcer?
Nah. As long as the shows can run smooth and everyone can be happy and not hungry, then we're cool. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Indeed. Look, Olof, do you have a favourite gig that you've played so far that really stands out in your mind as being a favourite?
Well, a couple. Playing Santiago in Chile was really amazing. People down there are incredibly intensive and enthusiastic about music. It's like wonderful. Craziest show I've ever done, I think. It's one that stands out a lot. And then playing Loud Park Festival in Tokyo, for example, was also amazing. It's like 40,000 people singing along with your songs and shit like this. It's like stuff you never believed would happen, and that's also like a really, really good, good memory.
Indeed, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much for that insight. And look, I've got to say again, congratulations on the current album, From Beyond. It's a tremendous work, and we can't wait to see you down here in Australia, and hope to hear about a tour announcement very soon.
Yeah, I hope so too. Getting really motivated when I talk to all these people from Australia. I'm going to try to sort it out right now, I think.
Wonderful. You'll be very well received, I can assure you. Oh, well, thank you very much for your time. A pleasure to speak with you. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure talking to you too, man. Have a good day. Have a good night.
Thank you, Olof. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.